The war had already taken everything. Space was no longer silent. It was full of fire ships, broken metal, and lost lives. Human ships were burning across the dark sky. Explosions flashed like angry stars. Captain Arin Hale was still fighting. His hands moved fast on the controls. His ship was damaged. Warning lights were everywhere. Enemy ships surrounded him. They were fast, stronger, smarter. The alien race had been winning for years. Humans called them monsters, cold, heartless destroyers. Arin believed that too. He had lost friends in this war. Good soldiers, good people. Now it was his turn. A bright blast hit his ship. The engine failed. The ship started to fall. Fast Arin tried to control it, but it was too late. The last thing he saw in space was a huge alien ship above him. Then everything went dark when Arin opened his eyes. He was on the ground. Cold air touched his face. His body hurt. For a moment he did not move. He was alive. That surprised him. Slowly he sat up. The crash site was a mess. His ship was broken into pieces, smoke rising into the sky. The planet looked strange. Dark trees, silent land, no sound of life. Arin checked his suit. Still working. He grabbed his weapon. His training came back fast. Enemy territory. Stay alert, trust no one. He started walking. Every step was careful. Something felt wrong, too quiet. Then he heard it, a soft sound not far away. Arin froze. He raised his weapon. The sound came again, like someone in pain. He moved slowly toward it. His heart was beating fast. If it was an alien, he had to kill it. No hesitation. That was the rule. He reached a small open area, and then he saw her, an alien. On the ground, wounded, not moving much. Arin aimed his weapon. This was the enemy, the same race that destroyed human cities, the same race that killed his team. His finger moved to the trigger, but something stopped him. She did not look like a monster. She looked weak. Her breathing was slow. Her body had injuries, blue marks on her skin. Her eyes were closed for a second. Arin just stared. Then suddenly her eyes opened, bright and glowing. She looked at him directly. Arin tightened his grip. This was it. One shot, end of enemy. But she did not attack. She did not even try to move. Instead, she spoke. Her voice was soft, different, but clear. You are not my enemy. Arin froze. That was not possible. Aliens did not talk like this. Not to humans. Not like this. He stepped closer, still aiming. How do you speak my language? He asked. She looked at him, weak but calm. We learned from your signals. Arin did not lower his weapon. This could be a trick. Everything about this felt wrong. You attacked us first, he said. You destroyed our worlds. Her eyes changed, not angry, not afraid, sad. No, she said slowly. That is not true. Arin felt confusion. That made no sense. Humans had records, battles, proof. You are lying, he said. She shook her head. Her strength was fading. If I wanted you dead, you would not wake up. Arin paused. That hit him. What do you mean? She looked away for a second, then back at him. Your ship was falling. I moved it. Arin felt something shift inside him. That could not be true, but his ship. It had not exploded. It had landed hard, but not destroyed. He looked at her again. Why would an enemy save him? It made no sense. Before he could ask more, a loud sound came from the forest. Both of them reacted. Arin turned quickly, weapon ready. The ground shook slightly. Something was coming. Heavy, fast. The alien girl tried to move, but she could not. Arin looked at her, then back at the dark trees. This was bad, very bad. Another sound closer. Now Arin had a choice, leave her or stay. His training said one thing, but something inside him said something else. The trees moved and a shadow appeared, big, unknown, dangerous. Arin took a step forward, still holding his weapon, but now he was not aiming at her. He was protecting her for the first time. A human soldier stood between danger and an alien, the enemy, or maybe not anymore. The forest was not silent anymore. Something heavy was moving between the trees. The ground shook with every step. Arin stood still. His weapon was raised, but his mind was not calm. He was not thinking like a soldier anymore. He was thinking like someone who had just made a mistake. Behind him, the alien girl was still on the ground, weak, breathing slowly, watching him. The sound in the forest came closer then. It stopped. Complete silence again. That silence was worse. Arin tightened his grip on the weapon. "Show yourself," he said in a low voice. No answer then. Suddenly a creature stepped out. It was not human. It was not like Lyra. It was something else bigger than both. Its body was covered in dark armor like skin. Its eyes were small red lights. Its mouth opened slowly like metal breaking. Arin had never seen this type before. Not in human reports. Not in alien data. This was new and dangerous. Creature looked at Arin first, then at Lyra. It made a strange clicking sound. Lyra's body reacted. She tried to move back. Fear appeared in her eyes. For the first time Arin saw her scared, not calm, not strong, just scared. The creature stepped forward. Arin fired. The shot hit its chest, but it did not stop. It kept moving. Arin fired again. Nothing. The shot hit its chest, but it did not stop. It kept moving. Arin fired again. Creature raised one arm. A sharp blade came out from it. Arin barely jumped aside. The attack hit a tree, cutting it clean. Arin realized something. This was not a normal soldier. This was a hunter designed for killing. Fast, silent, perfect. Lyra shouted, "Do not let it touch you." Arin looked at her. "Any idea how to kill it?" he asked. She shook her head. "Not alone." Arin frowned. "Then we are both dead." The creature turned toward Lyra. It ignored Arin. That confused him. It was not attacking the soldier. It was targeting her. Lyra tried to crawl back, but she was too weak. Arin made a decision. He moved fast. He jumped between them. The creature attacked immediately. Arin blocked it with his weapon. The impact nearly broke his arm. He pushed it back. "Move," he shouted at Lyra, but she did not. She was trying to activate something on her wrist, a small device. It was broken. "No signal," she whispered. Arin did not understand, but he understood one thing. They could not win like this. The creature came again. Faster. Arin fired. While moving, the shot slowed it, but not enough. Then Lyra spoke. "Human," she said weakly. Arin glanced at her. "What?" "There is a weak point." "Where?" She pointed at its neck, center joint. Arin nodded. No more thinking, only action. The creature attacked again. Arin waited 1 second too, then he moved fast. He rolled under its arm, jumped up and fired directly at the neck joint. A loud crack filled the air. The creature froze. Its red eyes flickered. Then slowly it fell. The forest went quiet again. Arin stood there, breathing hard. His arm hurt badly. He looked at the body. It was not moving. Lyra finally relaxed, but only a little. Arin turned to her. "More of these coming," he said. She nodded slowly. "Yes," he frowned. "How many?" She hesitated, then said the words that changed everything. "Too many. Because your war is not what you think." Arin did not respond. He just stared at her. That sentence did not make sense, but something inside him felt worse than confusion. It felt like doubt. For the first time in his life, he was not sure who the enemy was anymore. The forest was still again, but silence did not feel safe anymore. Arin stood near the fallen creature. His breathing was heavy. His arm was shaking slightly. The battle was over, but something inside him was not calm. Lyra was still on the ground, weak, but now she was watching him carefully, not like an enemy, not like a friend, like someone waiting for a decision. Arin slowly lowered his weapon. Not fully, just a little. His eyes stayed on her. "What did you mean?" he asked. "About our war." Lyra closed her eyes for a moment, like the answer was painful. Then she spoke. "You think we attacked first?" Arin did not answer. He had heard this story his whole life. Aliens invaded humans, defended. End of story. Lyra continued. "That is what you were told." Arin frowned. "Told by who?" She looked at him directly. "By the ones who benefit from the war." The wind moved through the trees, but Arin did not feel it. Something was wrong in her words, but also something felt real. He stepped closer. "Explain." Lyra tried to sit up. It hurt her, but she still spoke. "Our race did not want war. We were protectors once." Arin almost laughed. Protectors. That word did not match what he saw in space battles, but he stayed silent. Lyra continued. "Then your fleets entered our outer systems. We thought it was an accident, but someone kept pushing both sides." Arin narrowed his eyes. "Someone," he repeated. "Yes," she said. "Not humans. Not us. Something behind both of us." Arin shook his head. This is a trick. Lyra looked tired now. No trick. She pointed at her broken wrist device. This was my evidence system. It recorded everything. It is destroyed now. Arin did not trust it, but curiosity was stronger than anger now. What kind of evidence? Lyra hesitated, then spoke softly. Signals that do not belong to any fleet. Commands that came from nowhere. Orders that both sides received. Arin felt something cold inside him. That was impossible. Human command systems were secure, unbreakable. Or so they said. Lyra added, they made us fight each other, so we would never look at them. Arin stepped back. No, he said. That is not possible. But even as he said, I remembered something. Strange battle commands, confusing targets, missed peace talks, things that never made sense before. Lyra watched his face. She could see doubt forming. Then, suddenly a new sound came from the sky. Both of them looked up. Arin's suit detected it first. Incoming. Transmission human frequency. His eyes widened. That meant rescue team or command unit. He activated Ida. Voice came instantly cold. Sharp, authoritative. Captain Arin Hale report. Arin froze. He did not respond. Immediately, the voice continued. We tracked your crash. Primary objective remains unchanged. Terminate all alien survivors. Silence hit the forest harder than any explosion. Arin looked at Lyra. She had heard it too. Her face did not change, but her eyes did, because now she understood something. This was not just survival anymore. This was orders. Arin spoke slowly. There's a survivor with me. The voice answered immediately. No exceptions. Eliminate now. Arin's hand tightened. He looked at Lyra. She looked back. No fear. Just acceptance. Like she already knew this moment would come. Arin whispered, they are coming. Lyra nodded. Yes. Then she said something quietly. Now you see it too. Arin did not answer, because for the first time he was not thinking like a soldier. He was thinking like someone standing in the middle of a lie. And above them, far in space, something unseen was still watching both sides fall into the same trap. The transmission was still echoing in Arin's mind. Terminate all alien survivors. Those words were not new, but hearing them here on this silent alien planet standing in front of Lyra, they felt different. He looked at her. She did not move. She was not trying to run, not trying to attack, not even trying to defend herself. She was just waiting. That made it worse. Behind Arin's broken forest was still quiet, but now it felt like the silence was watching him. Arin slowly lowered his weapon a little more, not fully, just enough to think. His training screamed inside his head. Follow. Command complete mission. No hesitation. But something else was louder now. Memory. He remembered cities burning. He remembered alien ships falling. He remembered being told, they are not like us. They will never stop. But now he was looking at one of them, and she was not what he was told. Lyra spoke softly. You are hesitating. Arin did not answer. She continued. That means you are already lost to your command. Arin frowned. I am not lost. His voice was sharp but unsure. Lyra looked at him carefully. Then why am I still alive? That question hit harder than any weapon. Arin did not reply, because he did not have an answer. Just then a second signal appeared, this one stronger, closer. His suit warned him. Human landing craft detected. Distance decreasing. Arin turned toward the sky. He could not see them yet, but they were coming fast. Lyra noticed his reaction. They are here, she said. Arin nodded slowly. Yes. Lyra struggled to sit up. You still have time. Arin looked at her. For what? She hesitated, then said, decide who you are. Arin almost laughed, but there was no humor in it. Soldier, he said. That is who I am. Lyra shook her head. No. You are what you choose right now. The words stayed in the air, heavy, uncomfortable. Then the sky changed. A shadow appeared above the clouds. A ship, human, large, military grade. Arin recognized it. Immediately. Rescue unit. But not rescue for everyone. He knew what that meant. They were not coming to save. They were coming to clean. Lyra saw it too. She whispered, they will not ask questions. Arin did not move for a moment. Neither of them spoke. The ship descended slowly. Wind pushed through the forest dust. Rising the ground-shaken Arin raised his weapon again. Not. At Lyra at the landing zone, his team would come off first. They would see him, then see her. And everything would end. Lyra looked at him. Her voice was low. "You can still step away," Arin replied, "and become a traitor." Lyra said nothing because she knew that was how humans saw it. The ship landed. A loud metallic sound filled the area ramp. Slowly opened lights flashed. Figures appeared. Human soldiers armored. Rayani stood in front. Between them, Lyra for a second time slowed. The soldiers saw him, their captain. Then they saw her, their weapons lifted immediately. Target acquired. One voice said. Arin's hand tightened. His heart was racing. Everything was about to end. But then something unexpected happened. Lyra slowly stood up, even though she was weak, even though she could barely move. She stood beside Arin, not behind him. Beside him, the soldiers paused, confused. Arin whispered, "Why did you stand up?" Lyra replied softly, "Because I am tired of running." The wind stopped for a moment, and in that strange silence Arin realized something. This was no longer just survival. This was a choice, and the next second would decide everything. The forest felt different now, not because it changed, but because Arin had changed. The human soldiers were still standing near the landing. Ship, weapons raised, eyes locked. They were waiting for one order: eliminate the target. Lyra stood beside Arin, weak, tired, but still standing. That alone confused the soldiers. They expected fear, they expected escape, they expected resistance, but not. This silence stretched between both sides, heavy like pressure before a storm. Arin's mind was racing. If he stepped aside, Lyra would die. If he protected her, he would become the enemy. That was the system, simple, clean, cold, but right now it felt broken. A soldier stepped forward. Captain Arin Hale. "Step away from the target." Arin did not move. His weapon was still in his hand, but not aimed at Lyra. The soldier repeated, "That is an order." Arin looked at them for the first time. He did not feel like a soldier. He felt like someone being watched by machines. Lyra whispered softly, "You don't have to do this." Arin replied without looking at her, "I already did it." The soldiers noticed the alien standing beside him. Confusion spread among them. One of them spoke. "Captain is compromised. Proceed with extraction." That word changed everything. Extraction. It meant Lyra was already dead in their system. Arin tightened his grip. His mind flashed years of training, commands, loyalty, war stories. But then something else appeared. Not training, memory. Lyra on the ground. Not attacking, not running, just speaking truth. "You are not my enemy." That line returned again. Louder. The soldiers started moving. Slow steps forward, weapons ready. Arin raised his hand. "Stop." His voice was louder than he expected. Everyone paused. Even Lyra looked at him. This was the first time he had stopped a human order. The forest went quiet again. Arin spoke. "She is not hostile." One soldier answered, "That is not your decision." Arin replied, "It is now." That sentence hit like a shockwave. For a second, no one moved. Then a new sound came from Lyra's soft voice, but steady. "If you kill me, nothing changes." The soldiers aimed at her. Arin stepped forward, blocking their line. "Stand down," he said again. His voice was different now, not just command but warning. The soldiers hesitated. This was not normal behavior from a captain. One of them spoke quietly. "Sir, protocol is clear." Arin looked at him, and for the first time he saw something beyond uniforms. People, soldiers, just following orders, just like him. That thought hurt. Lyra suddenly spoke. "Human captain." Arin turned slightly. She continued, "You are not protecting me. You are protecting the truth you just started to see." Arin did not respond because she was right. And that was dangerous. The wind moved again, dust rising around them. The atmosphere felt unstable, like something bigger was watching. One soldier finally stepped closer. "Last warning, Captain. Step aside." Arin looked at Lyra. She looked back. No fear now, just calm acceptance. Like she had already accepted every outcome Arin took. A slow breath. Then did something no one expected. He lowered his weapon completely. The soldiers reacted immediately, weapons raised higher. But Arin did not move. Instead he said, "I am not stepping aside. I am standing here. Because this order is wrong." The word wrong echoed strangely, like it did not belong in military language. The soldiers froze. Even Lyra looked surprised. Arin continued, "If you want her, you go through me." For a moment no one spoke. The forest held its breath, and in that silence something shifted, not outside, inside. Because for the first time, a human soldier had chosen something. Not survival, not command, but a decision that could not be undone. And far above them, in the silent dark of space, something unseen registered the change, like a system noticing an error in a war that was never meant to question itself. The silence after Arin's words did not last long. It never does in war. The soldiers tightened their grip on their weapons. But something was wrong now. They were not just facing an enemy. They were facing their own captain, and that made everything unstable. Lyra stood still beside Arin. Her breathing was shallow, but her eyes were focused, not on the soldiers, not on the weapons, but on Arin, like she was trying to understand what he had just become. One soldier stepped forward. His voice was sharper. "Now, Captain Arin Hale, you are committing treason." Arin did not answer. Because that word felt too small. Now treason was about betrayal. But what if the system itself was wrong? What if there was nothing to betray, just something to escape? Before anyone could move again, a loud sound cut through the sky. Not like a ship landing, not like engines, but like space itself tearing open. Everyone looked up. Even the soldiers hesitated. A second wave of ships appeared. But these were not human. And not Lyra's kind either. Different symbols, different shapes, different energy. Unknown faction. The forest below turned dark under their shadow. Lyra's face changed immediately. Fear returned, but deeper this time. "No," she whispered. "Arin." "Noticed? What is that?" he asked. Lyra's voice shook slightly. "The ones behind everything." Arin frowned. "Behind what?" Lyra looked at the sky, then back at him. "The war." Before Arin could respond, the new ships opened fire, but not at ground level, not at humans or Lyra. They fired at both fleets. Human and alien signals were jammed instantly. Communication broke. Systems collapsed. Chaos started spreading. Soldiers around Arin tried to lock targets, but nothing was working. Weapons malfunctioned. Screens flickered. One soldier shouted, "We are blind." Another yelled, "All systems failing." Arin stepped back. "This is not a human ship." Lyra nodded slowly. "It never was." Then she said something that made Arin freeze. "They were feeding both sides war data, so we would never stop fighting." Arin stared at her. "That makes no sense," Lyra replied. "It makes perfect sense if you want control over two races destroying each other." A massive pulse hit the ground. Everyone dropped to their knees, even Arin. His suit systems flickered, his vision distorted for a second. He saw images not real, but inside his mind, human cities burning, alien worlds collapsing, endless battles repeating, like someone had recorded everything and played it back for him. Lyra reached toward him. "Do not let it enter your neural system." Arin shook his head. "I am fine." But he was not. The images were growing stronger, louder, like something was trying to rewrite his understanding of reality. Then suddenly Lyra grabbed his arm. A sharp shock pulled him back. His vision cleared. He gasped. "What was that?" Lyra answered quickly. "Control signal. They are trying to overwrite perception." Arin looked at her. "You mean they are changing what we see?" Lyra nodded. "Yes." The sky above continued burning with unknown ships. Human and alien fleets were now completely disorganized, fighting each other without control, not even understanding why. Arin slowly stood. "This is not a war," Lyra replied. "No, this is manipulation." Arin turned toward the battlefield. Soldiers were firing randomly now. Some at aliens, some at empty air, some at nothing at all. Everything was breaking reality. Itself felt unstable. Arin whispered, "How long has this been happening?" Lyra looked at him. "Long enough for both our races to believe it is normal." A loud explosion echoed nearby. The ground shook again. Arin made a decision, not as a soldier, But as something else now, he turned to Lyra. "What do we do?" Lyra looked at him. For the first time, not like an enemy, not like a stranger, but like a partner in something neither of them chose. "We stop looking at each other as enemies," Arin frowned. "That is not enough," Lyra nodded. "I know." Then she pointed toward the sky. "We find the source, and we end it." The battlefield behind them was collapsing into chaos. But in front of them, a different kind of path was forming. Not war, not peace yet. Something in between, a choice neither humans nor aliens were prepared for. And for the first time, Arin realized the real enemy was not standing on the ground. It was watching from above, still controlling the pieces, still waiting for both sides to destroy each other completely. The sky above the battlefield was no longer stable. It looked like broken glass spread across space. Human ships, alien ships, and unknown dark structures. All of them were now exposed. No one was winning anymore because no one was fully in control. Arin stood on the ground with Lyra beside him. The battlefield around them was collapsing into chaos. But strangely, he felt calm now, not because the danger was gone, but because the truth was finally clear. Lyra looked at the sky and spoke softly. "This is the core signal source." Arin followed her gaze. A massive structure was floating far above the planet. Hidden until now, it was not a ship. It was something older, like a machine built into space itself. It pulsed slowly, like it was alive. Arin whispered, "So this is it?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, this is what turned two races into enemies." Arin tightened his fists. "How do we stop it?" Lyra looked at him. For a moment she did not answer, because the answer was not simple. Then she said, "We go inside it." Arin frowned. Inside that? The structure in the sky was massive, dangerous, unknown. It was not a mission, it was a death sentence. But Lyra continued, "It is controlling perception. If we destroy the core from outside, it will rebuild." Arin looked at the battlefield behind them. Human soldiers were still firing randomly. Alien ships were crashing. Everything was breaking apart. He understood something then. If this continued, there would be no humans, no aliens, only endless war, until nothing remained. Arin turned back to Lyra. "Then we go inside." Lyra looked at him, surprised. "You are sure?" Arin replied, "No, but I am done watching everyone die for something that is not real." For a moment Lyra did not speak, then she gave a small nod. "Then we go together." Arin checked his weapon. Only a few systems still worked. His ship was gone, command was gone, everything he once depended on was gone. But something else had replaced it. Choice above them, a beam of light came down from the structure, scanning the ground, searching. Arin noticed it. "They are locating us." Lyra stepped closer. "Then we move now." A strange energy field formed around them. Like gravity shifting, the air-bent reality felt thinner. Arin felt his body lift slightly. "Teleportation field," he said. Lyra nodded. "Not transport. Reconstruction inside core." Arin looked at her. "That sounds worse." Lyra almost smiled. "It is." The light surrounded them completely. Everything around started dissolving. Forest, ground, battlefield, sky, all of it faded. Arin looked at Lyra one last time. "Whatever happens next," Lyra finished the sentence, "we face it together." Then everything disappeared. When Arin opened his eyes, there was no sky, no ground, no war, only endless structures of light and data. Floating like a digital universe, he realized immediately they were inside it, not a place, but a system. A control network built across reality. Lyra stood beside him. Her voice was low. "This is the heart." Arin looked around. "You mean this is what controlled both our worlds?" Lyra nodded. "Yes. And now it knows we are here." The space around them shifted, shapes forming. Like something waking up, a voice echoed. Not human, not alien, something beyond both. Subjects detected. Interference identified. Arin raised his weapon, but Lyra stopped him. "That will not work here." Arin frowned. "Then what will?" Lyra looked at the shifting structure, then said, "Understanding." Arin stared at her. "That is not a weapon," Lyra replied. "It is the only thing it cannot control." The structure began forming a shape. Not physical, but mental images of war appeared human and alien history, repeating cycles of hatred. Arin felt pressure in his mind again, but this time, he did not fight it. He looked at it, not as truth, but as manipulation. Then he spoke. This is not reality. Lyra stepped forward. Neither is ours the way we believed it. The structure reacted, distortion spreading. It was losing stability. Arin understood it survived on conflict, on misunderstanding, on forced hatred. Lyra looked at him. If we both refuse it, it collapses. Arin nodded slowly. Then he said, no more enemy. Lyra repeated, no more enemy. The structure trembled, lights flickered. The war memories began breaking apart, human and alien battles fading like broken code. The voice returned, error. Control lost. Arin and Lyra stood together. Not fighting, not running, just choosing. And in that moment, something impossible happened. The system stopped recognizing them as enemies, and for the first time in history, human and alien conflict lost its source. Outside, both fleets suddenly went silent. Weapons powered down, commands disappeared. Soldiers on both sides stopped firing, confused, lost alive. And below all of it, Arin and Lyra stood in the fading light. The war was not won. It was understood and then ended, not by destruction, but by truth.